Welcome back. This is Wurps with the Lethal Company 55 update. We have the company cruiser for the high price of 400 credits. You can pretty much just die, and when the truck explodes, which it will frequently, you will be able to buy a new one for a reduced price due to your free lifetime warranty, which will be a very short duration most of the time. If you attempt to accelerate while the car is in the park position, it is a stick shift, of course, you will severely damage the entire car rapidly, shortly exploding. I happen to not completely blow it up. Let me just extinguish the engine here so you can check the health, which is under the front hood there. You can see that little green bar left? That's like 10% left. So I'm just going to finish the job here. I'm also going to skip ahead like 15 seconds, because that's how long it took me to turn this thing on again. Yeah, this is what you'll be seeing a lot. Here's me attempting to do anything. Yep. Anything, take two. Guess it's not really made for Val. You wouldn't really be going here if you could afford this. But still, it can destroy trees, which is pretty nice. You could destroy a decent amount of them. It hurts the car a little bit. Yeah, dogs? I don't know. You might need a second person with like a boombox to throw them out the back of the truck or something, if that'll even work. If you have a jetpack, you can actually use the eject button without breaking both of your legs. Pretty decent. So here's me just on rend, trying to drive back as if I actually had items. I drove up to here, which wasn't that hard. It's not that bad on rend. You will have to destroy a few trees, but this back path to the main is fairly short. I haven't tried going to the fire escape area, but that is actually fairly flat and there's not much there. I think you could do that semi-easily. It would also be kind of safe, so I think the back entrance is a little bit wiser for the truck, but just to give this a little try here. Now, I figure I'm not going to be able to turn around, so I just start pushing it, and I do discover here that I am able to push it more effectively by crouching and angling my pushes so that they come from a different direction. I was also checking here to see if pushing actually damaged the car at all. It does not seem to. I don't know if that might change if you were to push it into something, but for the regular pushing, it doesn't damage the car. So I think the most effective strategy here is just to push it into like a pretty good direction once you park it. Like you park it in such a way that you could just push it to rotate it. Honestly, it's just too much work. So you can get really good pushes like that if you get the right angle. So this is infinitely easier than if you were to try to turn around in some of these areas. Like this game was just not made for this truck. Like it's too big, it's too chonky. There's just no way. Here is the average artifice experience. My truck is magnetized to the side of the ship using that lever, which is how you take it from planet to planet. I unmagnetize it, and the car just kind of does whatever it wants while I slowly turn it on. I have slid down the hill. Still turning it on. Okay. Surely I can drive in this fairly straight path with seemingly little objects in the way. And the company does not include airbags in the cruiser, so don't crash. Beware of ambushes when trying to fix your car, which you will need to do often. Luckily, the car can kind of defend itself under certain circumstances. Just requires a lot of outplaying, like this. Do be careful playing in the back of the truck, like I did here, as it can lead to things going wrong. I assume this will be fixed when it comes out of beta, but yeah, this is This is a pretty good way to just explode. One of the new entities, the bush fox, has a long sticky tongue that it shoots at you like some sort of frog, and if he hits you with it, will start pulling you to their bushes, and they will only try to finish you off in the bush. So as long as you can fight against the pole, grab your stuff, and smack the tongue off, you can survive. They do one-shot you though, so watch out for that. They will just snip you. They have this crazy sideways mouth. Pretty cool new enemy. You can fight them. They don't take that many hits to die, but yeah, you gotta space really carefully here. You can also get rid of these bushes with the weed killer. However, I don't know if that's worth it, because it is limited quantity, and there are a lot of bushes. Yeah, so these guys can also decide to wait on the ship and search for players. So terminal guys, beware. If there are foxes around, you might have to watch out. So another threat for the terminal boys, mimics and now foxes that will try to kidnap them. So the weed killer item here can get rid of the vein shrouds, which are the bushes that the foxes spawn from and bring you to in order to actually eat you. So you can get rid of them. It's not that cheap. These cost 60 each. It's kind of time consuming as well, but if you don't do this, they're a constant threat because more will spawn from these, and then you'll have to take them out too. So it's kind of one of those situations, like it feels bad to have to buy all this, and there's no way you can afford it early on. But later on, once you have a bunch of money and, like, you know, you don't care what you do with it, then you might as well just buy a bunch of weed killer and get rid of all of the spawners. So it's kind of a new item, but it's only to deal with this one thing. Seemingly, I don't see any other uses for it. Haven't heard anyone finding any other uses, so this might be it for this item. Here's what it looks like to get successfully dragged into a bush and eaten. And the dogs are playing with the truck. How cute. Oh, and the truck is immune to quicksand. However, you will not be if you have to get out for some reason, but you can quickly get back into the seat. The other new entity, and this is a weird one, the Barber. It's some weird clay dude that steps every so often and is only visible if you're within a certain range and fades in and out at the edge of that range. So if you hear the sound, then you gotta watch out because he might be chasing you. It says the radar booster flash stuns him for 10 seconds. That's not bad. So that might be a countermeasure if you're ever having trouble with him. And that's the video. Thanks for watching, subscribe and all that. See you next time.